I'm back. Part 2. Can you provide a high quality education for 6th grade for free? Let's find out. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna. If you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. I have a 6th grader currently and a 2nd grader. And today I wanted to deep dive into the interwebs to find out if I felt like I could build a full 6th grade curriculum for free. Before we go any further, guys, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Now, why am I doing this? Because the world is crazy, the world is expensive, and I don't want cost to be a barrier that keeps somebody from homeschooling. That's it. That's why I'm doing this. So let's go. We're going to find out what we can build for free for a 6th grader. Why did I choose 6th grade? Because I felt like 3rd grade was going to be a good middle elementary. 6th grade, I have a 6th grader, so I felt like I could build it with my knowledge of what we're currently doing to give myself a good idea. And then I'm doing 9th grade, so like high school. I wanted to get an elementary, a middle, and a 9th and spread them out enough that it was valuable. And a high school, and spread them out enough that it was valuable. So that is why I'm doing that. What am I hoping to find for 6th grade? Hang on, I have a list. Let me read it. For 6th grade, I am hoping to find a reading curriculum, spelling, grammar, writing, vocabulary, math, history, geography, thinking, science, and then something that I've added on as a personal aside would be some sort of internet safety course, which I already know what I would use, Google internet safety course, because that is the world that we live in and it's very important, okay? Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to add it for 3rd grade too. So I'm gonna add it right now. I forgot to say it, but I'm gonna put it on my list because I haven't actually filmed finding these things yet. Typing is important. 1 second. Thanks for holding. Okay, so those are the things that I am going to go scour the interwebs and try to find. Now, full disclosure, I have it linked down below. Some amazing person in 2022 went and made a list. When I Googled, there is a list of secular free homeschool resources. I'm gonna start with that list because I don't need to go find all the things out there. Somebody already made a list. So starting with the list, full disclosure. So there may be other things I'm not aware of. By all means, please, if you know of a thing that is amazing, that is secular, that we love, that we need to know about, that is free, write on down in the comments. Free, low cost, I will accept any of this. Because right now, in these crazy times, we all could, when milk is $1 million and eggs got weird and butter was expensive, we're in a weird place, y'all, and we need to save every penny we can. Why? So we can do fun stuff. Why? So we can go on vacation, okay? So I would rather spend my money on vacation than to just drown in the cost of homeschool. Now, this is not my path. I recognize that. We have a certain amount of money that we allocate, we budget for every year, and we spend that money, we haven't never spent all of that money, on homeschooling, and that is what we do. But that's not what everybody does. There's a lot of people out here who need to know how to save money on this, who need to know if it's reasonable, if it's good. Cost is a barrier to things, including homeschool. And no, that's not my barrier, but that doesn't mean it's not a barrier for everyone. And I want everyone who feels like homeschool is their path to feel empowered to be able to do this and not to let cost stand in the way. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna help them out. We are gonna find things, we're gonna source things, we're gonna compile a list, and I'm gonna see what would I use for 6th grade if I was trying to do it for free. All of this assumes that you have internet, that you have pens, pencils, highlighters, things like that, okay? All of it assumes that, so I am not covering those things. I'm covering the curriculum. Also, if you need PE, I'm assuming you take your kid to a park or go outside, okay? So I'm not covering PE. It is important to me that these resources are available, readily available, and that we look at them. Are they good? Are they quality? Would I do it? Let's find out. Good morning, guys. Shauna is back here with you in the early morning hours, filming our 6th grade, what I would do for free. Let me go ahead and give you the disclaimers. Many of these things I have not used, but I have done the research to the point where I would basically start acquiring the materials and planning it out. I've made it that far. I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, and I'm not going to pretend like this is the best or the only stuff. If you've got more to share, please share. Don't come at me if I've missed something. I think I've covered all of the big topics
I currently have a 6th grader, so that's helpful because it's like, okay, what would I want to teach? And so that helps an absolute ton. So yeah, let's dive into this. What I'm saying is you can get a very good, very quality free education through the power of Google and through the power of a compilation that somebody had started on Reddit, which I will link down below for secular free resources. Again, not pretending to be the best, just doing the research, wanting to let you know that it's real and it's out there. So if you've got any resources to share, by all means, please share them. Okay, so starting with the big stuff, 6th grade language arts. Here's the deal. This Common Lit 360, brand new to me, never heard of it. As you can see, it goes all the way up to 12th grade. It looks amazing. It absolutely looks amazing. Everything I can see, I like. Everything that I have come across looks amazing. But here's the deal. I can't get any further into it without having my homeschool ID verified, which I have to be honest, I am not going to do because I don't actually intend to personally use this. However, I did go ahead and give you a backup if that's not an option for you. But everything that I can see looks amazing. This would be their 6th grade curriculum. And then over here, if you go to their main site, you can get started for free. All of these are available and you can sort by what you need: content type, standards, genres, grades, and it tells you the Lexile reading score, font sizes. It gives you everything that you need. So even if you just use this as a supplement, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. In order to get the free curriculum, you do have to create an account, which you can absolutely do as a homeschooler, and it's free. They just have to verify your account, and it's a lot easier than you know what? Maybe let me show you. Let me just, I want you to know. I want you to have all the information. So, oh, come on, Shauna. Oh, here we go. Okay, log in. No, sign up. I am an educator. Okay, so here's your account. It's free and it's fine. I'm a homeschool educator. Okay, in order to request approval, check it out. These are the things that you have to do. Okay, so I can get an email, sure. I am not associated with anything, and I don't have a homeschool letter of intent, and I don't have an umbrella membership, but I do have a photo of me holding a form of personal ID next to my face. I can absolutely do that. That's fine. I could totally do that to get an account. I think they just want to make sure that you're here for all the right reasons, and I completely understand and respect that. I'm just not going to do it, but it looks like it could be really easy to do. Okay, so 6th grade language arts. And I think because none of this applies to us. I mean, we just have to sign up because we're not a school. But I like the things they cover. I like everything I've seen. Truly, I truly like everything that I have seen. So Common Lit is an option for 6th grade language arts. Also, I gave you a backup because I think it's good to have a backup, is Core Knowledge. And Core Knowledge goes through 6th grade. You can download, and I did and looked over it, the full workbook, and you can download the full teacher's guide. And here is the workbook. I went ahead and opened it up for you. Because they have it covered in here, what I would do is I would probably use the vocabulary for each lesson as the vocabulary for 6th grade and for our spelling lists. That's what I would do. I would do spelling lists. So that is what I would do for, is this? Yeah, this is the language arts for Core Knowledge. So Common Lit or Core Knowledge. I mean, honestly, I think I would favor Common Lit, but without being able to go, totally nose deep into it. I can't give you with absolute certainty on that, but I wanted to give you options. And I think you just have to, this one covers the Iliad, the Odyssey, and other Greek myths. The other one has the Giver. I think it's just, what interests you. What do you want to go to? All right. So now getting into math. There's this open up resources, which I am not familiar with, and looking at it. For the life of me, I cannot figure out where there is much like material, like worksheets and things like that. They do have videos, which I think is great, video lesson summaries, but I cannot find like the actual practicing of it. And I don't know where there would be like worksheets and you don't have to have any of that. And you can put it together yourself, but I would prefer that it had it. So as far as the Open Up for Math, I think that it is a supplemental resource to me. And I would prefer and I said this in my 3rd grade video, the Khan Academy has basically the same units available as the Open Up over here. It covers the same stuff. And as the actual workbook for the core knowledge. But I think as my base for 6th grade math, I would use core knowledge and I would supplement with the Open Up resources and probably also even encourage doing the Khan Academy. And it could be just whichever style suits your learner best. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to commit to one or the other. It could just be whatever works. But I don't see how you're getting the kind of actual worksheet practice through the Open Up resources, but I can see how it'd be very valuable, so I wanted to include it. So for math, I would do probably a base of core knowledge or base of Khan Academy. As you can see, you can do all kinds of things, and it self-grades right in here, which I think is really nice, and I like the video instructions. So I like the video of Khan Academy and the Open Up resources, but I like the workbook practice of core knowledge. So I would probably meld those together in some respect. Now, for history, big history project. Why? Because it's amazing and there's so much going on and we love it and we're using it ourselves right now. For 6th grade science, I'm going to tell you that big history, the first 5 units of it are it's so much science that I would honestly call that a science or a huge chunk of science. And I would supplement with what we are also using, which is middle school biology, and it's National Science Standards Align, and it goes over everything and grades it in line for you. And those together would cover my history and science. So I think this is, because there's so much science in Big History Project, and it's so meaty and so in depth, I feel like the middle school biology with 44 skills from Khan Academy is a good check mark on that. So that is how I feel. As far as your fine arts, this arts and Google Arts and Culture website has everything. It's got games, themes, stories. You can zoom in, you can explore, you can play, you can go take tours of museums, you can watch videos, you can learn about specific kinds of art. Again, there's games, which I think is so cool. There's bios, there's everything that you could possibly need or want in art. And so allowing your child to kind of take that free, look at this. Isn't it natural history, museum explorer? You can go walk around the Guggenheim, famous areas, works of art, outdoor art. This website alone, I think, is stunning and will allow you, it is not necessarily a specific curriculum, but I think as long as you could encourage your child to pick something and choose something, or say you explore color, let's just do a unit on color and we go and find things, or go walk around a museum and talk about it. That I think is amazing. Or this recreation of the Trevi Fountain in Rome. These are amazing ways to get art in and to embrace art. And this is free and allows your child really to explore beyond where they might otherwise have the option. So amazing resource for art. Because we are in 6th grade and we're talking internet safety, social media, things like that, I want to encourage you, I've done it with my children just personally, to have your kids go through the course of Be Internet Awesome. There's videos, there are worksheets, you can expand it out quite a bit. There's a game that they can play in Interland to learn. There's a full curriculum. There's a pledge and a completion safety. So I want to encourage you to teach your children internet safety, and I think that is important, honestly, before 6th grade, but I included it with 6th grade. For geography, came across this amazing CIA.gov where there are flags, countries, maps, fact book, regions. I mean, you can learn so much. One-page country summaries, world travel facts. Apply for a job at the CIA, depending on how advanced your studies get here. But this is an amazing, amazing resource. It's so cool. I just get excited about all kinds of fun and amazing websites, and my kids you can get everything you need on one page here. You can read over it, get some information, geographic coordinates. I mean, you could have them look it up. You could have them. This is what we do for our geographic study: is we go over and we learn about the country and look at the flag and find the state on the map and things like that. So I think this is a super fun resource for foreign language. My sixth grader absolutely loves Duolingo. There are other things out there. There are real curriculums, things like that. But as far as ease of teaching and free and game-based, Duolingo wins for me on sixth grade because she wants to do it. It is independent. It doesn't require me to know anything. And she does it for fun in her free time. So Duolingo, and there are a ton of options. Again, I'm not saying this is the only thing or even the best thing. I am just saying that this is a thing. And if I were choosing how to map this out for her, this is what she currently does. In conjunction with our cultured kid, we do as a family, but on her own, this is what she's doing. And it's, meets her at her pace and things like that. But if you wanted a more formal Spanish curriculum, I've got one coming up for ninth grade. So stay tuned for that video. Okay, typing is a very important skill, and computer skills are very important. So I wanted to be sure and include them here. So I've done typing.com, and I did Typetastic for my third grade, and it does go all the way up. So if you want something that is more game and play based, sure, go do that. And as you can see, they actually have a lot of other options here on the typing.com website. So be sure to check those out. All right, scratch coding. We love scratch coding. My kids love scratch coding. It was set up by MIT. It's free. You can build all kinds of things around it. You can literally do anything. It's amazing. And kids need to know how to code these days. They do. So any kind of computer skills is going to set them up for success. And there are a lot of options available through Khan Academy. So be sure to check that out as well. Now, for health, I definitely wanted to do something because sixth grade, body changes, things like that. And I thought that was important to go ahead and include. And it's also hard to find things that are, as far as homeschool curriculums, what you might be more interested in teaching. So I found this great little website here. As you can see, it was built in, 1907. And it's just linked, and it's got just great little things. It's not anything too crazy, not anything too in depth. It goes through, body changes and all kinds of things, not without going too far into, things you need to be having your personal discussions with your child about. So I thought it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. And then the last thing that I did here, included for sixth grade, is critical thinking. Critical thinking is just so important. And I think it is one of the things that sets our kids apart from public school, because I just don't think they're getting enough of that using your brain the way you should use it. Now, through this website, Education World, criticalthinking.com has donated these worksheets. As you can see, these kind of purple headers here are all worksheets, and you can go through, and yes, there's ads because it's free, and read them out. And here's the description. It tells you which book you can actually find it in, or you can search by those books if you'd like. But it's got basically, one worksheet at a time, and you can do them and print them and download them and have your kids do those. So critical thinking, I think, is a very important part of our education. So I think that's it. I think we've covered everything there. Any questions, concerns, comments, anything to add, write on down in the comments for sure. Again, don't pretend to know it all. And as of right now, this is where I would have settled. This is where I'd be right now before I started downloading and mapping and planning everything out to actually use. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. Genuinely, I think a stellar education for free, secular resources.
Guys, I hope that all of this has been very helpful. If I were in a place where I had to be low cost and not no cost, if I had $100 to spend, I would spend my $100 investing in learning apps, Night Zookeeper Adventure Academy, or science classes, because you want to make sure that your kids are really prepared. So I would invest in science, which tends to be one of those things that is more expensive because there's more things required for experiments and such, and classes, things like that. Or interest-based things. I would be investing in interest-based things. So if your kid loves coding, I would invest it there. If your kid loves photography, I would invest it there, because those are the things that are going to keep them learning and keep them enjoying themselves. Okay, so that is what I would do. Okay, so if I had $100 to spend, that is where I would spend it. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. Give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic.